Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Golgothan, and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program Career Mode. In the last episode we sent a probe to Minmus, and in this episode we're going to send a Kerbal to Minmus. I built this manned Minmus rocket, and we're going to launch it. Okay, now just do our usual launch. Whoa. I don't have struts on this thing, and these things are going to be crazy. So, that's why struts are good. Structural struts. First, we're going to strut this one as high up as I can. Oops. Except I need to put it on ×3. There we go. That as high up as I can. Ba-blam. And this one, I go in the middle. That. And hopefully that will be enough. I'm going to give a little structure like that. On both sides. To hold them all together. Now it should be a lot more stable. Oh, I didn't do, haha. Didn't do this up on this side. There. Now it should be more stable. Go. Come on, physics. Alright, that looks a lot more stable. Let's move these guys down to there. This there. And that there. That's how I like to have it set up. Alright, and throttle up, SAS on, launch. Man, I really don't like how I don't have struts in the middle here. It's very unstable right here. It's just pulling apart. Oh! Nothing blew up. Nothing actually blew up. We're good. Gosh. That just looks so bad. I'm gonna banana peel our whole rocket apart. Oof. That's scary. That is so freaky watching them essentially bouncing off each other. So dangerous. Getting our gravity turn. Ugh. I wonder if it's because of the thrust vectoring, or if it's just because they're not strutted together. Just a strut right there, right across the bottom here, would have been enough to prevent this. Well, let's hope I have enough fuel. I'm feeling like I don't. I was trying a new design with that launch vehicle. It's not doing very well. This stage needs to get me into orbit, into parking orbit, and then transfer me to Minmus. And then this final stage is actually pretty big. This final stage may be used for the stopping as we get closer to Minmus. Keep an eye on our power. We got Jebediah in the cockpit. Praying he makes it all the way to Minmus. Doesn't get stuck. Oh, I didn't set action groups for all of our science things. If you remember in the last video, we got thermometer that we can use. So I can't wait to do some science with the thermometer. take the temperature of Minmus. Take this down. This up to 80,000. Get out of here, Kathleen. You're not even in this video. There we go. And then, of course, our parking maneuver. That is horrible parking. Or it should be there. A3, 78. There, okay. 24-second burn to circularize. Soho. That worries me. Got a lot of fuel in my top stage here, but I was really hoping that I was not going to need this much of it. I'm hoping that I have enough fuel in this bottom stage to finish parking at least. That's not right. I don't need the maneuver node. It's actually more annoying to have the maneuver node. Get it out of here. Get out of here, maneuver node. There we go. Just ride the apoapsis. Tip the nose up as I need to. Oh. I'm going to not have a lot of power in these engines. In my test flights of this landing stage, it was okay at, I got almost out of the atmosphere and a straight up launch off Kerbin, which is pretty good. And then was able to land successfully from there, but I never had to try to do a transfer burn at all. Okay, there we go, 81, 80 something, 84, not bad. Set Minmus as the target. What does our fuel look like? Oh, it is not pretty. Set as target. Okay, so let's get our... coming up this way first. Fix that. Oops. Okay, that's good enough. 12 seconds, man. There we go. Straight north. Well, in the meantime, we can talk a little bit about this Mars probe that who's NASA. Wow, NASA will be sending. It is going to go to Mars and examine the upper atmosphere. It's going to... I'm not exactly sure how it's going to... Hold on, I'm going to do this transfer burn. So it will be looking in the upper atmosphere for methane and possible microbial life in the atmosphere, in the upper atmosphere. They feel like the magnetic field around Mars somehow was destroyed or something along those lines. Let's check how our move turned out. Pretty good. Let's set up our transfer. The 90 degree, just like that. Ooh, that is a lot of time to burn. I'm going to try to come straight in on the landing and not try to get in orbit at all. There's the landing trajectory, right? Correct? Yes. So if we can do this burn perfect, we should land on Minmus. See, Minmus is a really easy place to go because it has so little gravity that to land, to do powered landings, and to leave takes no effort at all. You can actually overburn really quickly when you're getting off of Minmus. Like if you burn too fast, too straight up, you're gonna have this weird, erratic, like spike in an orbit. All right. Let me get it down to about 30 seconds. But yeah, so I believe this is going to be this Mars mission. It almost sounds like it's going to be some sort of aerodynamic device, like some sort of plane that will come in and glide through the atmosphere and collect data, which is pretty awesome. You know, they don't have very much data on the upper atmosphere. They say that in the article I was reading, they explain that the ground, seeing that there was a surface to Mars, was a huge distraction, and that they completely skipped the entire atmosphere testing. It's like they tested the lower atmosphere near the surface, but they never took the time to really look at the upper atmosphere. So that's what this mission is planned to do. It's planned to try to get an understanding of where the magnetic field, like why there was no magnetic field, if there is still a slight atmosphere up there that, like I said, contains methane. Oh. Okay, gonna burn real slow here. Alright, that's fine. I can adjust that into a landing trajectory once I get there. Let's add a sphere of influence, change alarm. There we go. 3 days of flight for this. Oh, we need to add an alarm, by the way, for... Where is it? Transfer window. Looks like Moho is going to be our next transfer window in 32 in-game days. So let's add an alarm for that, and then we will go to Moho at some point. I gotta make sure that we stay facing the sun, because if we end up facing the other direction, we will lose our electricity. There we go. Now let us begin our long journey. Jebediah, I hope you brought rations. What happened? Why is Jebediah... Oh, come on, man! I turned this mod off! Are you serious? Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was kind of a mistake on my part. Apparently I didn't move that life support mod out of the right folder. I didn't move it far enough out. But at least this gives an opportunity to do some minor tweaks, such as strut this thing together so that it doesn't flop around like it was. Do those guys and these guys. Oops. And then I'm also going to add a little extra fuel on each one of these. Or, yeah, on each one of these. Oh, hello. That's not what I want. I want you to sit on top of that. I'm not going to do it because of the struts, so I got to redo the struts on these two. The top ones, at least. There. There. Oops. There. Okay. And then we will strut them back on. Meow. And meow. And meow. So meow. There we go. That should be better. Alright, sorry about that. So what happened was I accidentally had my life support mod on, which is supposed to be off during career mode because I can't get the life support parts in career mode. So Jebediah died on his way to Minmus. So this is me. I started it over. I obviously did the adjustments I did in the vehicle assembly building. And then I am fast forwarding through the launch process as we head towards Minmus. So I'm going to pick up on where I left off talking about the Mars probe. What it looks like it's going to be doing is it's also going to be looking for more suitable landing sites on Mars for future rovers and potential manned missions in the future. Yeah. Alright, and we are going to make an adjustment burn before we enter the sphere of influence so we can get a little bit closer. See, I've got it all set already here. I'm just going to go all the way to the node, because sometimes I've done them away from the node like this before. And sometimes it just doesn't work out very well. Let's see if I can't just bring that periapsis in. There, I'm good with that. Alright, now let's go to the sphere of influence change. We got one more day of travel. What's it look like? What's the... Look at that. You see in the moon orbit around Kerbin is so awesome. Look how slow we're moving. We're moving so slow. Alright, now relative to Minmus. Now we're coming in faster. I'm gonna set my my parking orbit burn, my circularizing burn. Brakes. See how little that takes to do? That's actually perfect, right? If I can get the periapsis right over there. And just a little forward. There! That is a beautiful circular orbit. 8 seconds of burn time is nothing. Can't wait to collect some of that beautiful green dirt. Oh, where is the node? There it is. Let's actually do some science from up here. Crew report. Looking down at the surface, Minmus reminds you of your favorite childhood dessert. You're tempted to taste the surface. Transmit. Yeah, alright. So how about the mystery goo? I think we've did this before on the probe. We'll get more science by doing it anyway. Can always do it more than once. Since we're only getting a certain percentage of it, we must be only getting a certain percentage of the data. Didn't transmit. Transmit, I say. There we go. And then we'll take our very first temperature reading, which I should have done on the launch pad to see how warm it is in Kerbin. Let's see what it is here. Toggle display. Oh, now I wonder... if I can log the temperature with this with a Kerbal. Temperature scan cannot be done right now. Right then. Look at our electricity is so low. I better make sure I rotate us a little bit here. Just like that, make sure we got full on solar connection. There we go, science added. So little, it's doing a certain percentage at a time. There we go. Okay. I don't know how much science I actually ended up getting from that. Set a maneuver alarm. Go. Still got the sun at our side. Burn. We will circularize. Oh. There. Beautiful. Now let's find a good old landing spot. Try to land where? Thinking about trying to land on the water. Let's land on the water. Pretty much just gotta stop us once we get up there. I'm gonna land on this little lake right here. Let's look at what we're looking at here. This guy. So where is retrograde? I just gotta slow us down. Basically stop us. And that will, boom, pop us right in that lake. Okay, let's get the retrograde ready for landing. Landing gear down. There we go. Now let's see what we're looking at here. We're still gonna land in the lake. A little bit more time warping. Okay, okay. Just gotta slow us down now. Coming for a beautiful landing on this beautiful green planet. Oh. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy. Landing on Minmus is so easy. Increase the throttle just a smidge. See if we can see our shadow yet. Where's the sun? The sun's over there, so the shadow will come from over there. There it is, there's our shadow. Throttle a little bit here. We come on down on this big old sea or lake. See how little throttle it's taking to slow me down? That's how little Minmus's gravity is fighting back. I'll show you. I will get Jebediah out of the cockpit and show you with an EVA. I gotta get him out of there anyway. How high he can jump. There's actually, I believe, there's a theory out there that you have almost enough jetpack fuel on an EVA mission to take a Kerbal to orbit around Minmus. Look at that. On minimal thrust, I popped myself up. There we go. And we landed. Right at sunset. Beautiful. So let's do some of our science. Let's observe the mystery goo. You observe the goo. Cool. Transmit that science. Oh, I shouldn't have transmitted that. I should have saved that. All right. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it again. Observe the goo. Boop. Okay. And keep data. Observe the mystery bay. When material samples are processed, you begin to turn your thoughts how much the Minmus looks like a mint desert. Yes, that's right. Alright, keep that data. Now how about we check the thermometer. Toggle display. Oh, toggle display. Okay. And log temperature. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. Awesome. Keep that data. And now, well, let's do a crew report. Crew report. Cruise assessment of the situation. Okay, well, 100% transmission, so let's do that. Excellent. Now let's send Jebediah out to the surface. Just let go. Ooh. Look at that, just by jumping. Jetpack on. Let's get into the sun more. You know it's bad when you can control yourself completely with jetpack on the planet's surface. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Jebediah on Minmus. Okay, let's plant a flag. Kerplunk. First, Kerbal on first manned Minmus landing. Jeb was the first little green man on the little green rock. Beautiful. Alright, so let's take a surface sample. The surface seems to consist of tiny crystal-like grains, very pretty, probably not edible. Awesome. Let's keep that data and do an EVA report. You feel a bit like a superhero when you jump in the low gravity. Indeed. Let's keep that data. Alright. Turn the jetpack on. Let's go back in and begin our return. Wow. So little gravity. Jebediah wishes he had a friend out here. Go. Oops. Grab. Board. There we go. Alright. All of our information is stored. We leave our flag behind as we begin our journey back to Kerbin. Just go straight at the 90. Look at that. How fast that goes. Boom. Amazing. And it was actually way higher than I needed to go. So we'll do it like that. A 1 second burn. Kerbin, we're coming home. Where's the... Oh, it's right there. Cannot fat warp when I'm below 3,000 meters. But I'm in orbit, basically. That's another thing I'm curious about. How low is the, how high is the tallest mountain on Minmus? And how low can you get a probe? Or even a manned station? How low can you get it to the surface? And then, how awesome would it be to be on that tallest mountain, have like a little station, and then every time the station orbits gets to the top of that mountain, you can sit there and just watch it go boom, flying right past. Alright. This tiny little circularizing burn. A whole second. I was not joking when I said there was very minimal delta V required to get off Minmus. Good enough. That's actually pretty beautiful. 31, 33. Alright. So now we want to follow the same rule as we do with the moon, and we want to travel in the opposite direction. I actually saw somebody do it from, the back of the planet. See how... So that way when we launch out and around, we launch like that, which makes so much more sense, and I believe it's going to take way less delta V. So let's see if we go to the, especially since it's gonna be right at the apoapsis, it's gonna be beautiful. And we just burn, and it's just gonna pop out. Pop. There. Now we just gotta drag it in. Whoa. That is not what I want to do. So go straight that way. Oh, maybe because it's Minmus, it's not going to work that way. When I saw it in the video, he did it from the moon. Let's try it like that. That's better. And then we can just drag that in. There we go. Landing. An 8-second burn. Plenty of fuel. Let's add a maneuver alarm. Ba-blam. As we loop around that green meatball. Get ready to launch ourselves into space. Why do we still have our landing gear down? Not that it matters in space. There is no air in space, so there's no air resistance. But when we get back to Kerbin, we won't want to lose our landing legs to the re-entry effects. That's a landing trajectory. Let's watch as we leave this beautiful green dot behind. Farewell, Minmus. You were good to us. Kerbin, here we come. Whoa. There's the sphere of influence change. Careful, because when we come in there on Kerbin, it speeds up real quick past the moon. Into the atmosphere. There we go, we are in the atmosphere, in the dark, of course. Why can't we ever land on the light side? Alright. Point ourselves retrograde. And do physical time warp until we get low enough. Can't even see what we're coming in on. Land or water. It's just a black. Just a pile of black. I hope it's land, because I have this thing with enough, like it can land on land. That looks like water. Now that I can kind of see it, it kind of looks a lot like water. Alright, let's get the chutes to help slow us down. I'm gonna thrust us up a little bit so we're not coming in so hot. So our parachutes don't rip us apart. Don't need the landing gear because we're not landing on land. I hope that when we land on the water, it's not going to cause a problem. Because with water, it's not a solid surface, and we're not going to... Like, if I put the landing gear down, of course, it's not going to do anything. But we're going to tip over, and I'm afraid that it's going to break our ship if we tip over. Don't know where we are. We are in the middle of an ocean. Alright. Feel safe to free fall from here. Okay, maybe not free fall. But I want to keep us below 50. There. That'll be good right here. Bring it down. Bring it down. Some time warp. It's 500. Oh, there goes my last of my fuel. So don't gotta worry about that, I suppose. As long as we save these parts up here, stay together. That's the important thing. Shoots. Boom. Beautiful. And now that will bring us down. Time warp it till we get close. Almost there. Almost there. $50 meters. Alright. Take time warp off as we come down a couple meters. Perfect. Beautiful splashdown. Alright. Actually, yes, we can recover vessel from up here. I saw that on a live play that I watched. Or let's play, sorry. Recover vessel. How much science did we get? How much science did we get? We got 389.6 science in that mission. That is amazing. What can we do with said science? Okay, so we could get... Oh no, I wanted to get, I believe this. No, I want this. I want the bigger engines. So let's do that. And then what does that give us here? Even bigger engines and the medium rocket. This gives us big decoupler and the size adapter. Aerodynamics. Advanced stabilizer. Probe. Some small fuel things with precision engineering. Smaller parts, yeah, some of this stuff can be used for this Oscar fuel tank. Fur on a probe. That actually won't be bad. Send a tiny little probe somewhere. Get these bigger, these other satellite dishes. I think I want to get this. I want to get the barometer so we can get more science. Use science to get science. What is this? Oh, the external seat. Okay, so this is rover stuff here. I'm gonna get this end, this big tank and bigger engine there. What is this? I can't see what it is. Or that? Ah! Mystery. Right. Deluxe winglet. Where do I go? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna get the adapter. Yeah. Do it. Oh, what is this? Specialized construction. Oh, the hitchhiker container. More adapters. Some structural pieces. Docking ports. Nice. And a bicoupler. Awesome. Alright. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please click like down below. Subscribe if you want to see other videos like it. I am Golgothan, and I will see you